Mount Wise, an estate with a complex history existing on the coast of Plymouth for nearly 500 years. We are going on a journey to uncover its largely undiscovered histories. Moving through time, we shall see its changing purposes, from a set of gardens to a navy fortification, from a military headquarters to a modern-day home. It became a place of increasing military significance over time. Join us as we explore Mount Wise through the ages. (1591). Mount Wise was built by Sir Thomas Wise as an imitation of Edgecombe House, built 40 years before. It was constructed to rival the estate, possibly explaining its position as it can be seen across the water. Up until the early 18th century, Mount Wise existed as a set of gardens and as a residence for the Wise family. That being said, the family and the estate's importance was not non-existent. During the sieges of Plymouth in 1643, Oliver Cromwell's men acquired Mount Wise as a garrison due to its strategic importance during the British Civil War. Even in 1667, William Morris, the High Sheriff of Devon, bought the estate. The early signs of the area's value cannot be denied, even before its military significance. But now let's fast forward to 1708. The expansion of the Royal Navy meant that they demanded more room. Therefore, much of the military had to be changed. As a result, Mount Wise saw its first gun wharf positioned here. So why does this matter? As we will see through the history of Mount Wise, it had increasing military importance. The installation of this gun wharf shows the birth of its military age. Gun batteries were positioned all around the area. The use of cannons, mortars and defensive posts became far more abundant, protecting the area from hostile ships entering British waters. Towards the end of the century in 1789, Sir Thomas Wise's house was deconstructed to be replaced with a fort. Mount Wise has turned from a formidable residence to a significant part of Plymouth's defence. Historian Brian Chalkley argues Mount Wise had increasing naval and military importance, with the establishment of a military headquarters controlling Plymouth's dock and therefore its trade. This is an idea we can build upon. In 1806, with the development of technology, we see the construction of a telephone tower. This was the beginnings of its base communications and its early signs of its significance as a headquarters. Mount Wise's status as this was firmly established for sections of the local navy, with one journal stating it was the base of operations for the military and the navy. The Governor's House was built in 1789 to accommodate the Governor of Plymouth. He moved here from the citadel, which further demonstrates Brian Chalkley's line of argument, securing Mount Wise as a centre of command. Even over a century later, in 1934, the house was deemed a place of great importance for housing those of high status, but under the name of Admiralty House. Researchers suggested that American D-Day command bunkers may be located underneath Admiralty House, meaning we may be stood on them now. If this is correct, that means Mount Wise may have been used by a foreign power to control the Navy. During the Second World War, multiple air raids were also delivered over Plymouth, and these bunkers suggest that Mount Wise may have been a high-profile target. This shows its significance militarily. But why would we even study Mount Wise as a topic, or even other historical sites for that matter? Here to discuss is local university professor Dr. Harry Bennett.
We're used in history to studying the great events, the great moments of history. We're also used to studying the great characters, people like Henry VIII and Winston Churchill. Site-specific history gives us another approach. It's another way of taking a slice through time, looking at a particular location and seeing what's gone on there as a means to interpret the past and understand it, and to intersect with the lives which have passed through that moment in time and space.
Studying historical sites like this gives us a new perspective when examining history. we have explored the changing nature of Mount Wise, from an estate to a military command centre. Today it stands as a residence for the public. What will it be 100 years into our future, as new evidence is uncovered about Mount Wise through the ages?